If you're dealing with sleep apnea, waking up in the middle of the night gasping for air, and if your loud snoring is exasperating your loved ones, then you need to take a really close look at your mattress. According to alarming research from places like the School of Public Health and Preventative Medicine at Monash University in Australia, at least 90% of mattresses contain a certain type of material that's chock full of harmful chemicals. And exposure to these chemicals over several years leads to direct damage in our respiratory systems. They destroy the nerve cells that are inside the throat, lungs, and nose, and causing us to gasp for air in our sleep, snore like a freight train, and wake up feeling drained. The good news is this discovery has led to a 7-second sleep fix that can end years of snoring, brain fog, and blood pressure problems. This solution was created by researchers at a Swedish university renowned for producing Nobel Prize winners, and then it was validated by studies conducted at Johns Hopkins and published in the Journal of Respiratory Research. This 7-second sleep fix has already enabled over 34,000 people to sleep deeply with no interruptions and wake up relaxed and refreshed. And it can do the same for you, helping you and your partner enjoy renewed intimacy and finally sleep peacefully through the night, waking up full of energy in the morning, ending the fatigue and irritability, and freeing yourself from the dangerous risk of sleep apnea like coronary artery disease or blood sugar imbalances. So please pay close attention for the next several minutes, because in this short video I'll show you what you should watch out for when it comes to your mattress, as well as everything about this revolutionary 7-second sleep fix and the science behind it. Hi, I'm Robert Foster. And in this video, I'll be revealing how easily you can silence loud snoring and eliminate sleep apnea for good. That means no more sleepless nights, exhaustion, brain fog, grouchiness. No more terrifying nights where you're awoken from a deep sleep by the sound of your own body desperately trying to suck in air. And no more partners nudging you to roll over or giving you the dagger eyes because you ruined their sleep. That's because the 7-second sleep fix gets to the real root cause of snoring and sleep apnea. It's not your weight, diet, drinking, or sleep position. Instead, it's caused by something your doctor likely never told you about, even though numerous studies proved it causes snoring in 95% of adults 50 and older. This sleep remedy is so simple and efficient that the makers of medical devices like CPAP machines and the doctors who run expensive sleep studies would do anything to keep it away from you. It's got nothing to do with surgery, mouth guards, or weird pillows, and it's not about losing weight or changing your diet. Like I said, it's a whole lot simpler than any of these things. And I'll be sharing all the details inside the video. That way, you can take back control of your sleep forever, so that night after night, you'll rest easy without choking yourself awake or disturbing your partner with loud snoring. You'll experience energy and focus during the day without the need to rely on caffeine, and your mood will be noticeably better as you no longer struggle with fogginess and fatigue. I'm fully confident in making these bold promises because not only did this 7-second method work for me after a traumatic experience with my grandkid and paramedics that left me humiliated, it's also helped more than 34,000 people of all types. People who struggle to concentrate or sleep due to snoring and apnea. Many say their sleep apnea never returned, like Tom Harmon in Henderson, Nevada.
For years, I struggled with sleep apnea. I tried it all. CPAP machines, sleeping in different positions, nose strips, taping my mouth, you name it. Nothing helped. And then I watched your video. I still can't believe how well it worked, and neither can my wife. We both sleep like babies all through the night. No snoring, no waking up, no gasping for air, just sweet dreams. Thank you so much for this.
And Robert Epperson in Nashville.
Honestly, I was skeptical. The only reason I even tried your solution is because I was so desperate. I was shocked when it really worked. I am actually sleeping peacefully the entire night. I feel like myself again. I'm more focused and less irritable at work. It even fixed my low sex drive and ED. This is a huge relief.
Or Ann Hastings from Chicago.
Snoring has been my nightmare for years. There were times that I would wake up as much as 9 times an hour just gasping for air. I was always so moody and fatigued. Worst of all, my husband and I had to sleep in different beds, which really took a toll on our intimacy. I don't even want to think what my life would have been like if I had not given the solution a try. It fixed my sleep, it saved my marriage, and people say I'm a pleasure to be around. Amazing what a good night's sleep can do.
And now it's your turn to join these incredible men and women. So let's get started. Like I mentioned earlier, my name is Robert Foster. I'm a 60-year-old grandfather and I live in the foothills of the beautiful mountains surrounding Boise, Idaho. You see, I never been much of a snorer, but a few years ago it was like a switch flip and my snoring went from light and infrequent to sounding like an engine rumbling inside the bedroom each night. My wife Diane called it a roar that could wake the dead. She would poke me in the ribs and beg me to roll over, but no matter what position I slept in, the snoring persisted, and that wasn't even the worst of it. I also developed sleep apnea, waking up countless times each night, gasping for air with cold sweat on my forehead and my heart pounding like a drum. I was suffocating in my sleep, and I tried everything to find relief. Loud and uncomfortable CPAP machines, nasal strips that did nothing but tickle my nose, a mouth guard that made my jaw sore for days. I even considered surgery, but the thought of going under the knife was just too much. My snoring was not just a nuisance, it was a terrifying reminder of my mortality as I literally stopped breathing over and over each night. And the worst part? My wife was suffering too. She was losing sleep, and of course, she worried as she watched me struggle for breath. It wasn't long before we began sleeping in different rooms, and our intimacy was replaced by frustration and resentment. Then one day, my humiliation was laid bare as a terrifying incident frightened my precious granddaughter. I would never wish that experience on anyone, but I am eternally thankful because it also led me to the 7-second restful sleep remedy that has also helped more than 34,000 men and women to end their snoring, put a stop to dangerous sleep apnea, and restore their energy like only deep and restful sleep can do. This happened one cold Saturday night last fall. My wife and daughter were away on a trip, so it was just me and my beloved granddaughter Lily at home. I was having a blast, listening to her laugh and spoiling her with hot cocoa and s'mores by the fireplace. We watched a movie together. Her every wish was my command, and as the night ended, I tucked her into bed and gave her a kiss goodnight before going to my room. I had only been asleep a short while when I was jolted awake to the bright shine of lights inches from my face. Two strange men stood by my bed. My first thought was we were being robbed. "Lily, Lily, honey, where are you?" I cried out. "She's okay," one of the men said. "We're paramedic. We're here because your granddaughter called 911. You stopped breathing. Poor thing must have thought you were dead." As the scene came into focus and the men explained why they were there, a horrifying truth hit me. My monstrous snoring had awakened Lily. In her innocence, she came to check on me, only to witness me gasping and choking for breath, followed by motionless, deathly silence as I stopped breathing. She must have been terrified and thought I was dying. As I understood what had happened, a wave of guilt knifed through me. I was horrified and ashamed that my granddaughter had to experience such fear, and the look of concern and disappointment on the faces of my wife and daughter when they got home made me wish for the ground to open up and swallow me. My wife kept shaking her head, talking slowly to me like I was some senile old man. I felt like I was drowning in shame. And I guess the paramedics must have noticed too, because right after they were leaving, one of the men lingered for a moment, waiting until it was just the two of us. Then he walked right over to me and he told me something that would change my life forever. And it can very well change yours too by eliminating your snoring and sleep apnea for good, just as it has already done for 34,000 men and women before. "I'm not supposed to do this," the paramedic said quietly, "but there's a doctor my dad saw for his sleep apnea, and it made a huge difference." The paramedic said the doctor's name was Dr. Jim Sullivan, and after a single visit to see him, his dad had gone from snoring like a freight train to breathing easily and peacefully through the night. Then the paramedic pulled out his phone, and he wrote down the number of the doctor doctor on a piece of paper, which he handed to me before heading out to the ambulance. It happened so fast, and I was still in so much shock from everything that I tucked the doctor's phone number inside a drawer in my kitchen and didn't think much about it until the next morning when my granddaughter said something that caused my embarrassment to come rushing back. As my daughter prepared to take my granddaughter home the next morning, she said something that made my heart sink into my stomach. "I don't want to sleep at Grandpa's house ever again. He really scared me last night." It was at this moment I knew I had to do something about my snoring and gasping for air. So I dug that number out of the kitchen drawer and I went ahead and gave this Dr. Sullivan guy a call. He answered right away, and while at first he seemed a little guarded since he wasn't used to getting strangers on his cell phone, when I told Dr. Sullivan how I got his information from the paramedic and that I was struggling with snoring and sleep apnea so badly that it was beginning to take a severe toll on the most important relationships in my life, his whole attitude changed. He began to talk passionately and assured me that he could help. And he also suggested I visit him in person since his clinic was just 30 minutes or so away from where I lived. I immediately agreed. I was desperate for any glimmer of hope. And so a few days later, there I was, sitting in Dr. Sullivan's clinic, feeling a bit overwhelmed by all his diplomas and accolades and the way he casually mentioned that before coming back to Idaho to be closer to his family. He had spent over a decade in California leading one of the country's most prestigious sleep studies and snoring clinics. Then, after a brief discussion of my symptoms, the doctor asked me what I knew about sleep apnea. I told him what happens when the throat muscles relax too much and block the airways, cutting off the airflow. He said yes. That's a good start, but that's only half the story, and knowing the second half is what gives anyone lasting relief. That's when the doctor asked if I'd ever heard of respiratory nerves before. I told him I had no idea what those were, and he explained that respiratory nerves are special cells found in our throat, our tongue, and the airways to our lungs, and their job is to operate the muscles in our throat so air can flow easily while we sleep. Dr. Sullivan said that when these respiratory nerves are healthy, they keep the muscles tight so our airways stay open while we sleep. But when they become damaged, it causes the tissue in our throat and airways to collapse inward and tighten, which blocks the flow of oxygen and causes both snoring and sleep apnea. Now, while at first I felt skeptical that seemingly minor nerve damage could really be behind my jet engine loud snoring or my desperate gasp for air, I became a lot more convinced when Dr. Sullivan showed me a groundbreaking study published in the American Journal of Respiratory and Critical Care Medicine, which was conducted by Dr. Eva Swanberg, a world-renowned respiratory expert from Sweden's Umeå University. In that study, Dr. Swanberg's team worked with 187 patients who had moderate to severe sleep apnea, and they found that 97% of the patients had substantial damage to their respiratory nerves. Then Dr. Sullivan showed me how in another major clinical trial done by a team of leading sleep researchers in Spain, they found the exact same thing. Over 82% of those with snoring and sleep apnea issues had respiratory nerve damage, while those without this nerve damage were almost guaranteed not to suffer from snoring or to struggle breathing during the night. After that, Dr. Sullivan must have shown me at least 24 additional studies, all proving the same thing, that it was these damaged respiratory nerves that were behind the vast majority of snoring and apnea cases. And he said this was why everything from mouth guards to nasal strips don't actually eliminate snoring or improve airflow for most people who use them, since they don't do anything to address the actual problem of damaged nerves and the collapsed tissues in your throat and airways that they lead to. Doctors also recommend CPAP because it forces your throat and airways to stay open. But who wants to rely on an uncomfortable machine that makes you look weird so you can sleep well, or to put their life in the hands of a device that could fail, short circuit, or maybe even catch fire at any moment? Plus, again, this machinery does absolutely nothing to fix the root cause. Isn't that wild? And if you're wondering why our nerves get damaged in the first place, Dr. Sullivan told me that the real culprit is something you would never expect, something called phthalates. I'd never heard of phthalates before, but He explained that they're a type of toxic everywhere chemical, and you'll find them inside almost all plastics, our clothes and our personal care items, our food and drink, and even the air we breathe. In fact, believe it or not, they're even found in our mattresses. And according to startling research from places like the School of Public Health and Preventative Medicine at Monash University in Australia, exposure to phthalates over several years leads to direct damage to our respiratory systems, and they destroy the nerve cells that are inside the throat, lungs, and nose. They're like this silent chemical storm that's wreaking havoc with our nerves, Dr. Sullivan explained. And he said that after years of exposure, eventually these damaged nerves can no longer control the muscles in your throat. So whenever you sleep, those muscles collapse inward. This is what causes the loud, disruptive snoring and dangerous sleep apnea. It's crazy to think about, right? These toxic everywhere chemicals are quietly destroying your nerves and stealing your peaceful sleep. And yet, most people have no clue about the damage they're causing. So what's the solution, Doc? I asked. Part of me worried that Dr. Sullivan was going to suggest some pricey or invasive surgery, but to my surprise, he revealed the secret to overcoming snoring and sleep apnea was simpler and more affordable than I had ever imagined, finally giving hope to people like you and me who suffer from interrupted sleep, crushing fatigue, and the inevitable irritability that follows. And not only is his solution affordable and highly effective, it also is convenient and completely painless. All of this research has been a huge blessing, he told me. And he said that was because now we understand the true cause of sleep apnea and snoring. We also know exactly how to address it. If you want to end your sleepless nights, restore your energy, and repair your relationships, you have to do one thing: repair the nerve function in your throat and lungs. Dr. Sullivan said he'd been developing a treatment to do just that since the groundbreaking research first came out. And as far as he knew, he was the only person working to address the true root cause of snoring and sleep apnea. And in every patient who had used what he had developed, the results were astounding. Not only did their snoring and sleep apnea cease, but their energy levels soared. Their mood improved and their relationships flourished. They felt rejuvenated, like they'd regained decades of their lives. And what surprised me most was that this solution Dr. Sullivan was talking about was completely natural. He said it just took a powerful combination of natural extracts and compounds, each of which was scientifically proven to repair damaged nerves in your throat and lungs and to fix the muscle functions that keep your airways open. Dr. Sullivan then began to share each compound with me, and I'm going to share them with you right now, so you can start using them for yourself immediately. First, Dr. Sullivan told me that the solution contained pure hesperidin, a powerful bioflavonoid found in the rinds of citrus fruit. Hesperidin is widely recognized in the scientific community, but he said that hesperidin in this solution was far more concentrated than anything you'd find in a normal citrus fruit. And Dr. Sullivan assured me that this concentration makes all the difference because in a major study published in the Journal of Pharmaceutical Biology, scientists found that subjects treated with hesperidin had significantly increased nerve velocity in the throat and lungs, which in simple terms means that hesperidin boosted the strength and efficiency of the nerves responsible for keeping your airways open. And that's just the start of what hesperidin can do. Pure hesperidin can actually help regenerate damaged nerves, Dr. Sullivan said. And to prove his point, he showed me another study from the University of Barcelona, where scientists saw a 158% improvement in respiration when subjects were given a special form of hesperidin extract. That's more than 2 times better airflow and oxygen, which for most of us would mean no more waking up gasping for air in the middle of the night, right? And as if that wasn't enough, Dr. Sullivan then showed me yet another study, this one published in the International Journal of Polymeric Biomaterials, where they found that this particular form of hesperidin improves your body's ability to regenerate damaged nerves by 86%. It's truly remarkable what this one special compound can do, Dr. Sullivan said. And then he reminded me that as exciting as hesperidin is, the effects are dramatically stronger once this extract is combined with the additional ingredients in his formula. Ingredients like Naragen, which he said is a unique compound that also comes from citrus fruit. In major scientific studies, including a very convincing medical review that was just published in the Scientific Journal of Life in 2023, experts have repeatedly found that Naragen has the power to repair damaged respiratory nerves. And in another study Dr. Sullivan showed me, which was published in the Journal of Biomedical Reports, they even found that subjects experienced dramatically better respiratory nerve functions within 14 days of taking this special compound. While in a clinical trial published in the Journal of Drugs and Dermatology, scientists found that Naragen improved damaged blood vessels, which are essential for taking in oxygen, by 50% in just 6 weeks. Isn't that incredible? Just think about what these studies suggest. Between hesperidin and Naragen alone, it seems almost impossible for you to not breathe easier, sleep better, and feel more rested, as your nerves function better and your airway stay open. And yet, as powerful as both hesperidin and Naragen are, they are just two of the compounds that Dr. Sullivan research has identified. The next compound that Dr. Sullivan introduced was liposomal quercetin. Now, liposomal refers to a special process where a compound, in this case quercetin, is wrapped in a protective layer of microscopic molecules, which enables the compound to bypass your stomach acid and get directly absorbed into your bloodstream. And he said that it was especially important for a compound like quercetin because while it's very sensitive to the acids in your digestive system, when it does make it into your bloodstream, one of the first things it does is circulate to the nerves in our throat and lungs. When it repairs the damage that everywhere chemicals and other toxins have been doing for years. And he told me that in a big study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry, experts found that liposomal quercetin was able to fully regenerate damaged respiratory nerves in just 35 days. And it did it without uncomfortable and expensive CPAP machines or risky surgery. So just picture hesperidin, Naragen, and now liposomal quercetin all working together to restore your nerves and give you the restful sleep you deserve. How much could you save on medical bills, sleep aids, and all those sleepless nights on the couch? And how much would your life change? Probably a lot. And Dr. Sullivan told me that his formula also contained a potent dose of a specialized enzyme called serratiopeptidase, which a 2021 study found to improve sleep and reduce morning time fatigue by 91% in patients with respiratory issues, and a unique form of ivy leaf extract that's typically only found in the Welsh countryside that dilates your airways and helps reduce the involuntary muscle relaxation that restricts breathing. Plus the compound glucoraphanine extracted from broccoli sprouts, which was found to improve sleep quality by 33% in just 4 weeks, according to a 2021 trial published in Functional Foods. So as you can see, in each ingredient in Dr. Sullivan's formula plays a vital role, addressing the root cause of snoring and sleep apnea, and working together to give us the peaceful, restful sleep we all deserve. And as Dr. Sullivan wrapped up his explanation about these remarkable ingredients, I couldn't help but feel cautiously optimistic, even though a part of me wondered if these special compounds would really work for me. I'd just been shown a mountain of scientific proof providing convincing evidence that these specific compounds had the power to repair nerve function in the throat and lungs, and yet I've been down this road so many times before, each time left with nothing more than a lighter wallet and a heavier heart. Dr. Sullivan seemed to sense my skepticism, but he looked at me and asked, "What have you got to lose?" And then he handed me a bottle filled with 30 chewables. He said that each of them contained a carefully portioned dosage of the compounds he just told me about, which meant all I had to do was take one chewable before bed each night and then circle back with him in 30 days. So that night, I did as the doctor ordered. I took one chewable, and then after that, all I could do was wait and see what would happen. After the first few nights though, I have to admit that I didn't notice much of a difference. The snoring was still there, and my wife, bless her, could still hear me from the other room when it got too loud. So I started to really worry that maybe this anti-snoring remedy wouldn't work for me. I kept going though, since I didn't have any better options anyway. And thank God I made that decision, because around the 8th day of taking my nightly chewables, things started to change. It started when I woke up that morning and realized my throat wasn't as dry as usual. I also felt a little less groggy and a little more alert. It was subtle, but it was there, and as the day and nights continued to pass, the changes became more and more apparent. My snoring started to decrease by a little and then by a lot, and about 2 weeks into using the remedy that Dr. Sullivan gave me, I was pretty dang happy to hear my wife tell me, "Honey, I checked on you when I got up to use the bathroom last night. You were hardly snoring at all." The look on her face made it clear that she was even more excited about this development than I was. Soon I was waking up each morning feeling more rested than I had in years, and it was an amazing feeling to know my wife and I would soon be sleeping in the same room again, and she wouldn't even need her earplugs. I was no longer waking up in the middle of the night gasping for air, and my sleep apnea appeared to be gone. This was proven when my wife decided to run a web recorder on her computer throughout the night, and we played the recording back each morning over the course of several days. There were no sounds at all except for light breathing. Not a single time did I sound like I was choking or gasping for air. Each morning I woke up feeling present, alert, and happy. And it wasn't just me or my wife who noticed these changes either. Friends commented on how much more energetic I seemed. The world around me seemed to change, all because I was finally getting a good night's sleep. And I even started wearing one of those rings that measures my sleep score again, because I really wanted to see what a difference this was making. And just look, there are some of my sleep scores from when I first got a Fitbit tracker a year ago. And as you can see, they look pretty awful. And now, look at these readings I started getting after a month of using this remedy that Dr. Sullivan had shared with me. Every single night, I'm in the 90s. And it's not just about the numbers here. Truly, this is the best I've felt in 20 years. And so, after experiencing the life-changing effectiveness of this unique solution for my sleep apnea, I knew I had to help Dr. Sullivan bring his formula to the world, so I picked up the phone and called him. "Doc, this is the best thing that has ever happened to me. In my 60 years of life, I've never come across something that works so fast. Can you believe I'm finally sleeping through the night? I still think it's all a dream. I'm not gasping for air anymore. I'm waking up refreshed each morning, and I'm finally sleeping next to my wife again. Is there anything we can do to get this out to more people?" I had no idea what Dr. Sullivan would say, and I felt a sense of relief when he told me that he loved the idea, because while he had never considered distributing his formula beyond his patients, in his heart he knew it was time. So together, Dr. Sullivan and I embarked on a journey to find a world-class manufacturing partner that could help us create 2,000 bottles of these powerful chewables. We knew we needed a partner who would respect the stringent requirements and handle the ingredients with utmost care before they were blended. And we spent months sourcing the most potent and pure forms of the compounds in Dr. Sullivan's formula, leveraging our large order to gain access to even high-grade versions of these compounds, the kind that were normally reserved for a handful of research labs at prestigious institutions like Johns Hopkins and Stanford. And then we started reaching out to people on online platforms who shared their personal struggles with snoring and sleep apnea, looking for volunteers who were interested in trying out this discovery. We ended up with a group of 207 folks in this initial cohort of ours. And across the board, the results were truly astounding. One man named John shared,
"I've been battling sleep apnea for years, and it was taking a toll on my health and my marriage. I tried everything, from nasal strips to CPAP machines. Nothing worked. Then I found this solution, and it's like a switch was flipped. I'm sleeping through the night, and I've never felt better. Thank you."
One woman named Patricia shared,
"Truth be told, I was initially skeptical, but after just a few weeks, my husband's snoring has virtually disappeared. We're both getting the best sleep we've had in years. This has been a true game changer for us.
And a man named Frank shared.
I'm not playing more than 100 days of the year because of my sales job. But with my snoring being so loud, I was terrified to ever fall asleep. It was brutal getting booked on red eyes, then trying to stay awake all night to avoid the embarrassment and humiliation. But now, that's all in the past. These chewables have been a godsend. I'm no longer a nuisance to others, and I finally feel rested. I feel like I have my life back.
We were overjoyed to hear these success stories, and now we're so thrilled to give you the opportunity to join these folks by giving you the chance to try out this revolutionary sleep apnea solution for yourself. We've decided to call it Nite Hush Pro. This transformative solution is meticulously designed to restore your sleep quality and overall health. Simply take one chewable each night before bed. You can either slowly chew on it or simply take it with a glass of water, and you'll be astonished by the transformation. In just a few days, you'll notice your snoring fading away as the damage to your throat nerves start to repair. Your risk of sleep apnea will drastically decrease as your body regains control of your throat muscles, and you'll reclaim the peace and tranquility of your nights because there'll be no more waking up in the middle of the night gasping for air or disturbing your partner's sleep. Instead, you'll wake up feeling refreshed, renewed, and rejuvenated. And I want you to know that we use only the highest quality ingredients, ethically sourced and thoroughly tested, which ensures that this anti-snoring breakthrough is free of harmful substances that could do more harm than good. And each batch is produced in an FDA-inspected U.S. facility we supervise to ensure the highest quality, which is why it's no wonder we are constantly selling out. In the last 6 months alone, 34,000 grateful customers have discovered the transformative powers of this breakthrough solution. Those burdened by snoring and sleep apnea for years are sharing this discovery with their friends and family. So keeping this product in stock has been incredibly challenging, which is why it's crucial you secure as much as possible right now. We don't want your remarkable progress halted before the job is done. For the best and longest lasting results, use this breakthrough formula daily for 60 days minimum. This gives time to fully repair your throat nerves and regain control of your throat muscles, and ensures these sleep disturbances never come back. Just imagine opening your eyes each morning feeling refreshed and rejuvenated from a full night of uninterrupted sleep. The surprise delight on your spouse's face when they realize that your once thunderous snoring has become a peaceful whisper. You'll never again be sent to sleep on the couch or suffer the shame and disappointment of finding your spouse in the spare bedroom. And because the ingredients in these chewables are completely natural yet extremely potent, the transformation doesn't just stop at silent nights. Instead, as these healing nutrients get absorbed into your body and repair your damaged nerves, you'll be ridding your body of the sleep apnea and snoring that could wreak havoc on your energy and make you feel like a sleep-deprived zombie, which means virtually every aspect of your health will noticeably improve as a result. By taking just one chewable each night, you'll save yourself time, money, and frustration associated with uncomfortable CPAP machines, expensive surgeries, and failed remedies. And unlike all the temporary fixes you've likely tried in the past, this breakthrough is the only real solution to permanently defeat snoring and sleep apnea by repairing your damaged nerves and taking back control of your throat muscles, which is why I think you'd agree that even if we were charging $179 per bottle, it would be a steal. I mean $179 to eliminate every trace of snoring from your life forever? That's a no-brainer. But the great news is that you're not going to be asked to invest anything close to $179 for a single bottle of this anti-snoring breakthrough today, because this isn't about making money. This is about rebuilding and restoring the peaceful nights of not just me, but all the other people such as you who are tormented and frustrated by the constant constant noise and sleepless nights, and who worry that if they don't do something soon, they'll end up even more exhausted and alone. That's why I have negotiated hard to bring you this solution for less than $2 a day. That's all it takes to say goodbye to sleepless nights forever, but this special discounted package is only available today on this webpage and while supplies last. It's the biggest discount we've ever offered, and we're only doing it because we know what a difference this will make in your life. For 6 bottles of this anti-snoring breakthrough, you'll invest only $49 per bottle. And this is the right quantity to truly and totally regain your peaceful nights as you repair those damaged nerves and make sure that they stay strong forever and that your sleep never gets disrupted again. And if you choose your package right now, you will risk absolutely nothing because we want you to be certain that this anti-snoring breakthrough is right for you. We offer every single person a 60-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. That means you have a full 60 days to test drive this anti-snoring remedy for yourself. I know you'll be thrilled with your results, but if for any reason you're not 100% satisfied with your order, simply contact our friendly support staff. Send back all the bottles, even if they're empty, and they'll issue a prompt refund. You know what? If you buy our 6-bottle package and your snoring is silenced sooner than you expected, feel free to send us back the bottles you haven't used and you'll get your money back for every single one of them. Even though if I were you, I would save them for my family and friends. That is how confident we are that this solution can do wonders. To put it bluntly, if for any reason you're not thrilled with our solution, you pay nothing. That's just how I believe business should be done. Either you love our product or you don't pay a dime. What could be simpler than that? And because you're covered by our 60-day, no-hassle, money-back guarantee, why not take advantage of our 6-month highly discounted package? It really is the smartest option. I mean, you're protected either way. If you love this breakthrough, you're locked into our lowest rate of just $49 per bottle, saving more than anybody else. And if this anti-snoring formula doesn't work for you, then you simply ask for a refund and lose nothing. No matter what happens, you truly only have everything to gain and nothing to lose. And when you choose the optimal amount of this anti-snoring breakthrough today, I'm also throwing in 2 bonus books worth $109, absolutely free. So today only, when you invest in a 3 or 6 month supply of this anti-snoring solution, you'll also receive a free copy of the Heart Health Bible, 10 at-home secrets to stop high blood pressure, increase circulation, and feel decades younger. This incredible guide reveals time-tested at-home secrets for dramatically improving circulation in just days. You'll discover 10 ancient healing rituals and forgotten folk remedies, all backed by modern clinical research. These easy but shockingly effective blood flow solutions clear clogged arteries, stop hypertension, enhance cognition, and help you feel decades younger by optimizing circulation throughout the entire body. Inside, you'll discover the strange folk remedy from Western Appalachia that helps widen blood vessels for better circulation using just 2 common kitchen ingredients. How 3 20-second stretches before bed can boost circulation by 73% and help you wake up energized. The nighttime berry snack that's proven to remove plaque buildup in arteries and improve circulation to the heart by up to 46%. The pre-bedtime self-massage ritual that optimizes blood flow to the brain and enhances cognitive function. The second bonus you'll get is Sharp as a Tack. Simple tips to reboot your brain for a bulletproof memory and total focus in 7 days. Inside, you'll discover how to use your nose to clear brain fog almost overnight. The sleeping position that's very popular among the members of the oldest and most famous high IQ society, Mensa. After sleeping like this for 1 week, your focus and cognitive abilities will shock everyone around you. The common household ingredient that boosts your memory by 33%, as well as how looking at one specific picture can make sure you never forget any important data again. Both guides are yours free when you buy the 3-pack or 6-pack on sale, and you'll get access to them immediately. And that's not all, because when you order the discounted 3-month or 6-month package, you'll also get free shipping, which is an additional savings of $9.95. But remember, the special multi-bottle discount, the bonuses, and the free shipping are limited. Once we've sold out of this anti-snoring breakthrough, it could take us months to manufacture a new batch. So select the 6-bottle package or any other package below this video right now to secure your order. This is truly one of the wisest and most critical investments you will ever make to restore a peaceful and rejuvenating sleep for years to come. So considering everything you've heard, I am sure you must be eager to try this formula for yourself. All you have to do to claim your discount is simply click on the button below now to order the 6-month supply, or whichever amount makes the most sense to you. After you've selected your package, you'll then be taken to our secure order page where you will fill out your shipping and payment information. We use the same top-tier 256-bit encryption technology as big names like Amazon, eBay, and Walmart, so you can rest assured your information is safe with us. Once you hit enter, you'll land on our confirmation page, which will carefully explain exactly what you can expect with your order. Now, I must warn you, sometimes we experience temporary out of stock. Of course, we do our best to avoid this, but that's just the plain reality of trying to deliver a product like this to so many people placing large orders all at once. You don't have to worry though, because as long as you're watching this video right now and don't see any out of stock icons popping up anywhere, then we still have bottles of this anti-snoring breakthrough left in stock. But I really wanted to highlight this for you because I can't predict when we might run out of stock next, and I don't ever want you to be in that regrettable situation where you fall in love with this anti-snoring breakthrough only to come back to this page a month later to find out that it's completely sold out. So that's just one more reason why our 6-month option is our most popular, because not only will you experience the full benefit of this breakthrough, but you will also have plenty of time to place a follow-up order if you choose to. So just go ahead and order the 6-month supply or whatever makes the most sense to you. Now, we've reached that crucial moment when it's time to make a decision. You've seen the science behind this groundbreaking anti-snoring breakthrough, and you've heard the incredible stories of folks just like you who have dramatically transformed their lives and their sleep in just seconds each night. Both Dr. Sullivan and I fully stand behind this product, and we've done everything we can to make ordering this breakthrough today one of the simplest, most logical decisions you've ever made. Whether you choose a 1, 3, or 6-month supply, you're 100% protected by our 60-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Really, the choice is yours. Only you can take that first step towards a night of peaceful, uninterrupted sleep. If you're still feeling a bit unsure, I urge you, don't let fear or doubt hold you back, because you're 100% safe and protected. Think about it. What's the alternative? I can imagine countless failed solutions you've tried in the past that left you feeling frustrated, exhausted, and hopeless. I know, because I've been there myself. But today, you have something completely unique right in front of you. Sure, you could close this page right now after hearing everything I've shared, but what will change? You just end up back on the hamster wheel of sleepless nights. Another expensive CPAP machine, another uncomfortable mouth guard, the embarrassment of waking your partner with your loud snoring, the fear as you wake up gasping for air in the middle of the night, the grogginess, the irritability, the damage to your relationships. You and I both know that's no way to live. That's why I'm reaching out my hand to offer you a lifeline. You don't even have to say yes. Just say maybe. Imagine waking up feeling refreshed and energized. Imagine restoring intimacy in your relationship. A life free from the discomfort and expense of sleep studies, medications, and devices. All of this could be just moments away, and while the decision is entirely yours, I sincerely hope you make the right choice and end your snoring for good. All you need to do to get started is choose your package from below right now. And I'll see you on the other side to help you continue your journey. Regardless of your decision, I want to personally thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. I wish you all the peaceful nights and joy-filled days in the world. Still here? I know I've shared a lot of information with you, so let's go over some of the most common questions I get. Question 1. How does this anti-snoring breakthrough work again? As I explained earlier, this breakthrough formula is filled with special compounds that help repair the damaged respiratory nerves in your throat. These nerves are responsible for keeping your throat muscles tight and functional while you sleep, ensuring a clear and unobstructed airflow. But due to everyday exposure to toxic chemicals called phthalates, these nerves get damaged, leading to throat muscles collapsing and blocking your airflow while you sleep, causing loud, disruptive snoring and even sleep apnea. However, the special compounds inside our formula stop all of that from happening by repairing and rejuvenating these nerves so that you can enjoy a peaceful, snore-free sleep every night. Question 2. Who should take this anti-snoring breakthrough? Well, if you had asked me this question a decade ago, I would have said only people suffering from loud snoring or sleep apnea. But now, with so many people struggling with poor sleep quality, disrupted relationships, and health concerns due to snoring, I'd recommend this to anyone who's even slightly concerned about their sleep quality or their partner's disturbed sleep. Question 3. What happens after I click the button below? Once you select your package below, you'll be directed to our 100% secure checkout page. Enter your payment details and place your order. Rest assured, there's no automatic billing or anything of that sort. In the next 5 to 7 business days, you'll receive your order of this anti-snoring breakthrough in a discreet package. This means you're just a few days away from a peaceful, uninterrupted sleep. Question 4. What if it doesn't work for me? No worries at all. Remember, this anti-snoring breakthrough comes with a 100% money-back guarantee. You order today and then you have a full 60 days to decide if it's right for you, which is one of the many reasons so many people take the 6-bottle package. Then if you're like the 32,000 other men and women who have already benefited from this formula, then you'll be thrilled with the results. But if for any reason you're not, simply call or email our customer service team and we'll refund your investment. Question 5. How long will this anti-snoring breakthrough be available? That's hard to say, though my goal is to help as many people as possible sleep better. The truth is, due to the pressure from the expensive sleep study clinics and CPAP machine manufacturers, I can't guarantee how long this breakthrough will be available. Moreover, with the current global situation, supply chains are affected and ingredients are getting harder to procure. That's why I urge you to get this anti-snoring breakthrough today, especially since it comes with a 100% money-back guarantee, which means there's zero risk to you, and it's why you should consider stocking up. Question 6. All right, I want to try this anti-snoring breakthrough. Now what? Well, that's the easy part. Just click one of the buttons below and choose your package. Remember, by choosing our most popular 6-bottle package, you can save over 70%. Just fill out your details on the next page to complete your order, and this anti-snoring breakthrough will be in your hands within the next 5 to 7 business days. Plus, there's no risk because of my ironclad 60-day guarantee. This presentation is now ending, and I want to thank you for sticking with me all the way to the end. Go ahead and choose your package now. Take this anti-snoring breakthrough as directed for at least 30 days. Then reach out and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.